Well, hello, Virgo. Grand rising, rise and shine, Virgo. Virgo, we're going to go ahead and get started with your reading. We're going to see what your next week is going to be about. Okay, next week meaning tomorrow, Monday through Friday. Okay, we're going to start with a few oracles, and then we're going to get into the tarot, and then we're going to clarify all of those things for you. So let's go ahead. Let's get into it. Let's see what's going to come out. I stopped at Capricorn. I wasn't going to do this, but I stopped at Capricorn. And this is, listen, Virgo, I must have had to stop on this for a reason. What does it say? It says, try not to be so rigid. Be flexible. I don't know. You guys are just like so hard on yourself, or you could be hard on other people. You know, Virgo is the perfectionist sign. It talks about being more flexible, or you could be dealing with a Capricorn, right? But it talks about, I don't know, it's that energy of just needing to relax. You know how hard that is for Virgos, okay? Anyway, let's go ahead. Let's get this for Virgo. Let's see what's coming out here for Virgo. All right, so a card that came out. Oh my goodness, I don't even want to read it. I know this anytime I see Aries, I remember using this deck heavily 2 years ago. And anytime I would pull this on anyone, it was always the Virgo's reading. Always. Any Virgo that I was doing a reading for, it always came out. I can say it verbatim without even looking at the card. But anyway, what is Aries? What is Aries? Aries is the head, right? Now, I'm going to tell you what it says here. It says a fiery situation may arise that will require a clear, direct approach. Stand your ground, but stand grounded, please. This is like an argument, somebody pissing you off for whatever reason. And what's so interesting about this, Virgos are always irritable because we just feel like we have the best way. Like our way usually is the best way. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying all Virgos are like that. But one thing I can tell you here with this energy, this is a non-pushover energy. And it is very aggressive. It can start fights. Okay? Let me read this. There's that word passion. Direct and courageous. So if somebody is trying to punk you in some kind of way, it ain't happening. Okay. Now, because you're not standing down, and depending on what this is about, let's say this has something to do with someone at your job. Baby, I would hate to be a fly on the wall, because what could be thrown at the wall? This could be a situation with your family member. This could be a situation with your lover. I'm telling you right now, this is a fight. Somebody's pissed off. Now you have another card here that says altar, creating a sacred. Now, even if it's not an altar, because I've talked to plenty of every sign who don't believe in like altars and stuff, and I get it, right? What is this talking about? Creating a safe place. This is like being able to come home, maybe it's your bedroom, for what? Quiet reflection. Because some of you guys, it's been hard for you to cultivate peace, inner peace, because you're always thinking about something. You may feel like there's chaos all the time, or there's more chaos in your head than it is actually happening. So meditation needs to be a priority for you, Virgo, at this time. And it's not like necessarily a bad read. I just feel like it has something to do with, someone getting up under your skin. Now, the third card, well, at the bottom, technically, at the bottom, you are protected from chaos, enemies, or misfortune at this time. Okay. And I'm not going to put it like a specific thing. Protection is anything. Protected. You're just protected. Okay. Protected could be through courts. protected, could be spiritually. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like it could have something to do. This is the reason why you feel like you maybe need a protective order if there's fights with someone who's threatening you. Okay. And yes, with this particular situation, it could have something to do with some negative energy. Okay. So it talks about you being protected or guarding yourself against that. All right. Ooh, Virgo. Wow. All right. Now let's go ahead. Let's get into the reading. We're going to see what's going to come out here for you, Virgo. Virgo. Only 3 cards. There we go. We got the 7 of Swords. 6 of Swords. Love it. Page of Cups. And the 8 of Wands. Can I tell you that I see some type of fiery situation that can come through family, friends, a lover, but I see an apology? I didn't think that I was going to wait that long. I thought I was going to have to clarify before I saw it, but no, it's here. And it's not coming from that Page of Cups, actually. It's coming from 2 different cards. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So I do see some type of apology here. The first card here with the 6 of Swords talks about making peace. That is amazing. So whoever you're getting into it with whatever fiery situation, someone in your family is pissing you off, your friends pissing you off, somebody at your job is pissing you off, there is going to be a solution. Yes. Okay. Now let's go ahead. Let's find out what's going on with this 6 of Swords. Let's see what's happening here. This is also a peace of mind. Remember, we talked about being able to have this quiet reflection, being able to have peace, which is something that I'm definitely seeing here with that 6 of Swords. But let's clarify. You could be dealing with an earth sign that may have caused some type of problem. You have a new beginning. Why do I see you guys moving? Part of your peace is you're going to be moving, baby. When I tell you, you giving somebody the peace sign. Childhood, friendship. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like this has something to do with making peace with someone you've been knowing a long time. Because you got either childhood, siblings, either this is childhood friend, or someone that you have a friendship with, or someone you have a foundation with, which to me could also be romantic relationship. Okay, that is what I'm saying here. Okay, I mean, totally see a resolution here. The next one you have wish granted, shooting star, a wish here. Some of you, this has something to do, I'm telling you right now, this has something to do with moving or traveling or something like that. Something that you really wanted to do. Transformation, there it is, renewal. Outside of any problems with people, the Phoenix is like you're coming up out of a situation that has caused so many problems. You may have thought a situation was dead with someone. You may have thought that you would never recover from something. It's the complete opposite in this reading. And again, it's because it's a general reading. I don't go into details. I'm just not that type of reader, right? Sometimes I'll give examples. Like an example I can give could be sickness. Example I can give could be money, right? For some of you, definitely, when it comes down to something that you've been dealing with for childhood, like a sickness that you've been dealing with from childhood. You're getting better. There's a transformation here. Okay? Someone could have destroyed your peace since you were a child, and all of a sudden, Now you're being renewed. But whatever it is, there is a renewal after a period of you just feeling like you were never going to come out of the mire, you're never going to recover from whatever it is that you were experiencing. That is amazing. Okay, so it's recovery here. For some of you, it could have something to do with the fact of needing to forgive yourself. Maybe, for some of you, it could have something to do with you have grown children, but maybe you don't think that you were good parents. Because I see babies and children everywhere in this reading. That's why I say it definitely has something to do with your childhood. We already talked about that, but it could also have something to do with your children and how you were towards your children. Maybe you're estranged from your child and there's some type of reconciliation here. Okay. But I do see good things. Absolutely, absolutely terrific things that are going to occur after, man, I will say years of a lot of hardship here. Now let's go ahead. Let's get the Page of Cups. Let's get the Page of Cups for Virgo. We saw Earth, right? We saw Earth. The next card here is what? Water. You could be dealing with a water sign. This could be someone new. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Now, we got to go to something that's real. Page of Cups does not mean apology. Page of Cups, to me, is communication. That could be with anybody. Anybody. That could be with someone new who is a who's a earth sign or water sign, which means a new love connection. The reason why the page is here is because it's talking about this person is new to you. You are naive to their ways because you don't know them yet. They're going to be somebody that feels so deeply about you here, though. Hold up. And I feel like you're going to be feeling deeply about somebody. It's going to be slow, though. The connection is going to be a little slow. Now, I don't know why. I wonder if this has something to do with your work. If you were dealing with, again, somebody, making contact with you or communicating with you about how they want to make peace here with the Six of Swords. Again, I keep seeing the same energy where someone wants to apologize to you about something. You're also very vulnerable right now. And I'm trying to figure out if this has something to do with you being separated from someone. That's part of the argument. That's part of the problem that we saw with that fiery situation. That's, again, fiery situation is something tense, right? You're living in a house with someone and you're not even sure if it's going to last. That's a tense situation. You go into the kitchen, you can't stand this mofo, right? All right. But I'm not, I want to be honest with you. This could be a lover that you're living with, but either way, there's a very tense situation after a fight. That means I feel like you're still around this person or you can't help but to be around a person. This is why I say, even at your job, you got to go to work. So stand your ground and stay grounded, though, right? Don't allow your emotions to get the best of you with this, because to me, I almost feel like in some kind of way, there's just a lot of vulnerability because of what has occurred. Okay. Now, even though you may talk to someone new, you're not powerless in a situation. You still have your own mind. You still have your own thought. You still have your own truth. Okay. So just be mindful of that. All right. But I do feel like there's been a tense situation because someone either stole something from you or someone has been lying to you. You're going to find something out here. And part of vulnerability with someone new is taking a gamble. Should I put my heart on the line again? Should I talk to this person? I really like them. So, yeah. Ooh, okay. Somebody is going to be a great catch, though. I'm not going to lie. Somebody going to be a great catch with that fish. Yes. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's get the 8 of Wands. Someone is going to be an amazing catch. And it could be a water sign. Celebration. Look at this. You guys are traveling. Okay, so moving or traveling. Some of you guys need a new car, or you're thinking about getting a new car. Maybe you have not been able to get around the way you want to because you've been having something going on with the brakes, or something just need restoration on a car that you have. And I feel like now you're going to trade that sucker in. I feel like you're going to be trading that in, okay? Because you haven't been able to get around. But anyway, um, I do see that there's going to be a lot of work ahead of you when it comes down to your work. I'm going to have to tell you. Money is here, yes, but I'm not going to paint a pretty picture because there's going to be a lot of times where you're going to be very exhausted, okay? You have celebration and then you have fame and recognition, but that's not going to come at an easy price. I feel like for a lot of you, you may have multiple jobs, or one job is going to be one of those situations where it's like, oh my God, I got so much work to do. I am so busy. I am so busy. I see this in the future for a lot of you where it is going to be a lot of work, but it's going to pay off in such an amazing way. So I'm not sure what it is. And I mean, always think about Beyonce. I think about a lot of the Virgos. Just imagine she's working 24 hours a day, even when you don't see her on stage. She's always trying to figure out how something is going to work with the outfits, or how something is going to look on stage, and how's it. It can be exhausting, but she's very well known. She's recognized for her work. That is what you're going to experience in your world for whatever it is that you're doing. So part of the recognition is going to be celebration. You're going to get paid for this. And I also feel like you may meet someone along this journey, right? So you can meet people because there's a lot of traveling here. Or you may move close to someone that you're going to end up in a connection with. This right here was the bee's knees. This last row was it. Because we see how what you've been through, yes, we see how there's a need to, make reconcile with yourself and with other people, yes, and then this. So it's kind of it's a beautiful thing, but at the same time, I'm telling you right now, you're going to be really, really busy. But I also see here you're going to be able to buy the things that you want to buy. There's a lot of growth that's happening with your money, with your work, your career, whatever that means for you. It is here. It is here. But I love the fact that the first card here talks about what? Healing. And I feel like there's going to be a healing kind of love. I feel like there's going to be you healing, meaning that you're going to be able to move forward and leave the things that you've experienced behind, not recalling those things to yourself, okay, causing anxiety. No, I feel like you guys are really, literally going to leave that behind. You're protected. God got you. So the only thing you have to do is stay focused, which is the reason why the altar energy is here. Stay focused, please. Okay. This is a wedding, by the way. I caught that at the last minute. Wedding and babies, because I see friends and family gather, and then right up under it has something to do with two doves kissing, two swans, flamingos, sorry. So I see a marriage ceremony here. Children are also indicated because we saw baby a little bit earlier. Love it. Let's go ahead. Woo! All right. This is going to be for Virgo. This is for tomorrow only. I'm going to use this deck and this deck. This is going to be for Monday for Virgos. Let's see what's going to come out here for Monday for Virgo. I don't want you guys thinking that I'm looking. So I'll pull. All right, your first card here is Master. Whew. Mastery of your craft. This is the reason why there's so much celebration and recognition. That is amazing. I don't know what the hell y'all doing, but hello, leadership could be promotion, could be anything, right? And it's also strengthened character too. Something that you guys, because of what you guys have been through, you're so much stronger now. Okay. But anyway, let's get to it. It says, become the master of your own destiny, face your fears, learn to trust yourself. And there's that word, focus on what you can control. For those who want to increase their personal mastery in whatever, you're going to have the ability to do it. And you will accomplish it because other people are telling you that, especially when you see recognition. People are telling you, you are amazing. You are good. Your product is good. What your cake, some of you guys can be cake makers. Your cake is good, right? Or your cake is good. No, I'm just playing. Okay. Here you have the death card. This is a complete transformation. You had it twice. Truly with you, Virgo, a lot of you are going to have to, again, let go of what you no longer have and get out of the idea of lack or loss. Get out of that mindset about what you don't have and what you used to have. Anytime you see a death card, there's about to be a new beginning. Hence the reason why we saw the baby. That is what you are going to be focusing on tomorrow. Okay. That is going to be a part of your meditation and your affirmations. That is what you're going to do. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. Again, if you guys are new, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you're interested in a personal reading, all of that is below. All right, guys, have a good one. See you later. Bye.